morning children. In this video we are going to discuss about limiting molar conductivity. Already you know molar conductivity represented by delta lambda m. This is actually called molar conductivity. Now, what is the difference between limiting molar conductivity here? Now, when you observe here, molar conductivity is nothing but the conductivity of electrolyte having 1 mole. The conductivity of 1 mole of electrolyte when it is placed between two electrodes having distance 1 centimeter and area of cross section is 1 centimeter square. Then that conductance you are calling as what? Molar conductivity or molar conductance. Now, what is this limiting molar conductivity? We are showing as lambda naught here. Very simple. We have already discussed on dilution. When you do dilution, what happens to the conductance here? So on dilution, definitely molar conductance what happen? Increases. Reasons already been number of times we discussed in the past videos. On dilution what happen between the ions? Attractive forces field decreases so that they can move very fastly. Now here when you add some water to the electrolyte, molar conductance what happen? Increases. Up to what point it will increases? Up to what level it increases here? So at certain dilution, at a certain point of dilution, the molar conductance does not increases further, isn't it? So that point is called what? Limiting molar conductivity. Okay, molar conductance at infinite dilution. Molar conductance at infinite dilution is called what? Limiting molar conductivity. Infinite dilution. After that dilution, for example, I have added some 100 ml of some electrolyte is there here. Some electrolyte is X is there. I have added here 10 ml of water. Now it is diluted, its conductance, molar conductance what happened? Increased. Again I am adding what to this electrolyte? Some more 20 ml like this. Again the conductance what happened? Molar conductance increased. After adding what 30 ml again, electrolyte conductance now not increasing here. Even though if you add plenty amount of water here, the conductance is remaining constant. The molar conductance is remains here constant. So this is called what? Infinite dilution. Okay, this conductance, for example, the conductance is what? 250 something what? Siemens into centimeter square per mole. Okay, now this 250 is not increasing even though if you add what happen? Further amount of water. So this is called what? Infinite dilution. So definition also we can give like this also. Then concentration approaches 0. What is the meaning of approaching concentration? 0 means it is what? Highly diluted, infinite dilution. Approaching 0, concentration approaches 0 means what? It is at infinite dilution. Then the molar conductivity is known as limiting molar conductivity. Very simple to understand here. The conductance at infinite dilution. The conductance at concentration approaching 0 is called what? Molar conductivity, isn't it? We will take a diagram here. I have taken molar conductance on the y-axis and concentration on x-axis I have taken here. After that what I am doing here? Here this is 0 concentration, highly infinite dilution. The conductance will actually here high. So after when you do concentration what happen? Increasing. Conductance what happen here? Decreases here. So this is about limiting molar conductivity. Next we will see the Kohlraasch law of independent migration of ions. Okay, this law states that limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte can be represented by sum of the individual contributions of the anions and cations of the electrolyte. Very simple definition. So what is the limiting molar conductivity? How do I identify, how do find this limiting molar conductivity? Very simple, by adding what? Individual conductivities of what? Anion and cation. For example, I have taken a molecule called NaCl here. NaCl. Now I want to calculate the limiting molar conductance, lambda naught. Lambda naught means actually what? Limiting. Lambda naught m, limiting molar conductance of NaCl I want to calculate. How to calculate this one? Take the individual contribution of anion. Okay, individual contribution of cation plus individual contribution of anion. Then we get the limiting molar conductivity, isn't it? This also you take as lambda naught only. Lambda naught only. Okay, so this will be actually what? Equivalent conductance. This will be molar conductance, right? So when you sum these two, we are going to get the molar conductance here. Okay, the sum of the individual contribution of the anions and cations is nothing but we are going to get the molar conductivity of that molecule. Okay, you have taken this example just now. Limiting molar conductivity of NaCl, lambda naught of Na plus lambda naught of Cl minus Cl. Here only one cation, one anion is there, but in several number of electrolytes there will be many number of anions and many number of cations will be there. In that case, V plus is used for representing number of cations. V minus represents the number of anions. In that case, the conductivity can be multiplied with what? Number of cations and number of anions. Okay. Now lambda plus lambda minus are nothing but what? These are the limiting molar conductivities of actually cation and anion here. Okay, that are actually nothing but limiting molar conductivities of cation and anion. Very simple actually to understand this one. You have something what? A kg, 1 kg of, to understand this one, 1 kg of something, sugar and something what happened here, some 1 kg of what? Something, we are having some dal. Now we add these two, you are going to get 2 kg of what? The utensils, whatever you are taking this one. The addition of 1 kg of sugar plus 1 kg of dal is always equal to what? 2 kg only. Similarly, the molar conductance of cation plus molar conductance of anion at infinite dilution is always equal to molar conductance of that ionic compound here. Okay, so how to calculate molar conductance of an ionic compound? Very simple. Or acid or base, anything. By using what? It's conductance of cation and conductance of anion. Okay, right. We'll take some examples now here. Now when you observe here Al2SO4 taken 3 times. First of all, you dissociate into ions here. 2 moles of aluminium. The charge of aluminium will be +3 and 3 moles of SO4 -2. Now, how many cations are there? 2 cations. How many anions are there? 3 anions here. Now this will be V plus, this will be V minus here. Okay. Now what will be the formula? Just now I have taken, this is the formula you have to consider. To calculate the molar conductance, this is the formula you need to consider here. So I am writing that formula here. Lambda naught m is equal to V plus lambda naught of cation plus V minus lambda naught of anion here. Now, how many cations are there here? 2 cations. Write down here 2. Now, molar conductance of aluminium +3 plus molar conductance of the number of anions. How many anions are there here? 3 anions. So write down here what? 3 into what? Molar conductance of anion, SO4 minus 2. In this way we can make actually. So in examination they will give this value. So put this value in this equation, you will get the answer. Okay. Remaining also you can do very simple. K2SO4 outright 2K plus SO4 minus 2. Here how many anions are there here? Only one anion is there. Here how many cations are there? 2 cations. So in this way you do remaining problems also. These are actually, these 4 are actually your assignment. Take as assignment. Okay. First of all, dissociate into ions. Then by using the Kohlraasch law, by using this formula, okay, you have to make this sum of anions and cations here. Right. Now in this table they given actually the molar conductance of H plus, how much? 349. Molar conductance of Na plus 50.1. By using this data, now we are calculating the molar conductance here. So first of all you observe here. Now first of all, how we write this into formula? How many cations are there? Only one. So lambda naught of calcium plus 2. Plus how many anions are there? I am dissociating here to understand here. CaCl2 dissociating into Ca plus 2, 2Cl minus. There are 2 anions are there. So take here what? 2 into the molar conductance of actually what here? Cl minus. How much it is given? You have to observe from the table. Calcium how much given? 119. Chlorine how much is given? 76.3. Let me see now here. I am substituting here 119 plus 2 into, this is given I think what? 76.3. Okay. It is given 76.3. Now when you do the mathematical operation, now we get 119 plus 76.3 into 2. This will be 152.6. 152.6 and add this one with what? 119, that equal to 271.6. The answer will be 271.6 actually, right? So this is the molar conductance of calcium chloride. Now what you have to do, you take an assignment here, calculate the molar conductance of magnesium sulfite. Okay, calculate the molar conductance of sodium sulfite here. So these two will be the assignment. So molar conductance of sodium and sulfate you will get from this table. Okay, here it is magnesium is given, sodium is given, sulfate is given, and chlorine is also given. You take from the table and take the data from this table, you will get the answer. This problem is very simple. Aluminum sulfate. This also you can do, take as assignment here. But anyhow I will write this dissociation here. Al2 SO4 taken what? 3 times 2 moles of aluminum plus 3 SO4 minus 2. Now actually what they given, molar conductance of sulfate anion is given, molar conductance of ionic compound is given. They are asking molar conductance of cation here. So what will be the actually molar conductance of ionic compound? Al2 SO4 taken what? 3 times, that equal to how many mole aluminums? 2. So molar conductance of aluminum plus 3 plus sulfates are how many? 3. 3 into molar conductance of sulfate SO4 minus 2. Now this value is given how much? 858. 2 into this value is given? No, you have to calculate that one. Aluminum plus 3 you need to calculate it. After that sulfate is given, no? How much it is? 160. Now you will get definitely this value. When you do the mathematical operation, you will get the answer. So this is also complete as assignment actually, right? With this, what happened, the Kohlraasch law definition is completed. The next video will discuss about the applications of Kohlraasch law.